Okay, we're back. Had a lot of nonsense to take care of today, so... gonna be a bit of a shorter stream. Sorry. Life gets in the way sometimes. But yeah. Hopefully this can be a bit of a distraction from all the nonsense of life. And even better, maybe we'll finally find shiny Pikachu. But yeah, I can really only stream for a couple hours because I do in fact have to sleep at some point. I was gonna do a bit of a mixed bag today, but between this and Slay the Spire, cause Slay the Spire got a huge change. They took one of the Act 3 bosses, the Doormaker, and removed him from the game. And he's replaced by this guy named Aeon Glass. And the fight's completely different, so I kind of wanted to see how it functioned. I've been watching other people play, obviously, but I wanted to experience it myself, and so it's a little bit disappointing that, for me anyway, that I can't stream some Slay the Spire tonight. But yeah, I'm sure we'll have time tomorrow. It's just I had a bunch of things to do today, so yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't stream more. But hopefully it's all said and done with, so I'm pretty sure my car is functional now, so had a bunch of problems, so we took care of all that, and then yeah, just work and stuff, but yeah, should all be good. Should be able to stream a little bit longer the next couple of days, so but yeah, I'm just excited to be able to stream for a little bit. But yeah. I'm pretty excited. For the new patch and stuff. So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, it's fun. That's the cool part about playing something in early access is you can see things change just in real time. I didn't get to experience the early access days of Slay the Spire 1, and so I played the game very late into its life cycle when it was ported to the Switch. And so it's pretty cool to see all the changes happen as they go. There have been several cards that have been completely changed, and yeah, like I was just explaining, they completely got rid of one boss. There was this whole sort of controversy. Basically, the boss that got removed, and some other changes the devs made, caused a bunch of players. You can sort reviews by region, and so they happen to be coming from China. A lot of these reviews, where Chinese players were saying that the game was too difficult after the beta patch became the live patch, and so essentially the game got review bombed by a bunch of Chinese players. But like Slay the Spire 1 was always a pretty difficult game at the max ascension. There were like 20 levels of hardship basically that you could add to the base game. And in Slay the Spire 2, there are 10 levels of difficulty that you can add. So it's kind of interesting to hear people complain about difficulty at all, because you can just play on Ascension 0 if you want to make the game easier. But yeah, it's crazy, yeah, that it went all the way down to like from mostly positive or whatever to mostly negative. I actually don't know if it's still there. But yeah, I just find it absolutely absurd that a bunch of crybabies decided that difficulty in a video game meant they should spend their time review bombing what is one of the best roguelikes I've played in a long time. I really enjoy the game, but I would get it, you know, if it wasn't everybody's cup of tea. But it's just kind of strange that just a patch change could have such a negative impact on the review score. I'm gonna check really quick to see if it's still. Let's see if I go to, or I don't actually know how it works. Yeah, if you go to oh, okay. There's a tab for English reviews, which is very positive, and then there's recent reviews, which is mostly negative. Interesting. But then if you actually scroll down to read the reviews, most of them are recommending the game, so that's good at least. It saddens me that the devs put so much work into a new game and then it gets review bumped. I would understand, like, for example, if the game was subject to glitches or like didn't function mechanically well, or, you know, like any of those kind of things, it's perfectly fair. Or, you know, if you don't like a certain genre of game, that's fine. No problem with that. But yeah, it's just kind of crazy to see that one patch, yeah, made China so angry that they all decided collectively to review bomb the game. But yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting in a sad way. But yeah, clearly there's still love for the game, because there are plenty of Slay the Spire streamers showing off the intricacies of the game, so it seems like it's going to be a long-lasting game like Spire 1 was. But yeah, all that to say, that was probably a bit too long of a rant. All that to say, I'm really excited for the new character. I've already kind of seen how the new boss plays, but yeah, I'm really excited to actually play against it myself. So that'll be fun. I'm kind of sad that Doormaker is gone. Mechanically, the Doormaker was very interesting. So, basically what would happen is you got a free turn on turn 1. You didn't do anything, but the downside was that you couldn't actually hit him. He was like in a rock form and you couldn't do anything to him. So turn 1 was basically to play down all your permanent powers or whatever. To scale, basically. And then he went through the same 3 phases, basically, every turn, where during phase 1, if you played a card, it would exhaust. Exhaust means that it's gone for the rest of the combat. And so, that can be kind of tricky to play around if you have a smaller deck, or you're trying to do some infinite type stuff. Obviously that wouldn't work. Turn 2 said that you couldn't have any draw. So if you played a card on the previous turn that said next turn draw, I think that worked, but otherwise you couldn't draw extra cards. And so that can be kind of a hassle, because if you're oh yeah, and then every turn he's also dealing damage to you, so the numbers were pretty reasonable, but like on the no draw turn it could be a little awkward if you didn't have good block cards, but like towards the end of the run you should have acquired them already, and then oh yeah, turn 3 basically made all your cards cost an extra energy. And so, yeah, that could be kind of problematic, because it generally just means you get to play less cards. But, of course, you can mitigate some of the loss by playing zero-cost cards, or cards that gain you energy, sort of get around the problem. Because while you lose an energy... Oh yeah, and the energy loss was after you played the card, so if you had a card that gave you energy, you would still lose one afterwards. But yeah, but all that to say, and then it would just repeat the cycle over and over again, so you'd get exhaust phase, no draw phase, cards costing extra 1 phase, and then it would just loop back around to exhaust phase. And he had a decent amount of health, so like exhausting your cards mattered if you didn't have like a big scaling damage card or whatever. But yeah, I don't know, I always found the fight to be pretty mechanically interesting. And it's kind of strange because one of the other Act 3 elites, so I guess I should give some context on how Slay the Spire works. There are 3 acts as of the current game. In Slay the Spire 1 there were 4 acts, and so once you get to the end of Act 3 in Slay the Spire 2, you win. If you're playing on the hardest difficulty, Ascension 10, you have to fight 2 out of the 3 Act 3 elites when you get to Act 3. But if you're playing on any other difficulty, then you only have to fight 1. So basically you go through a bunch of floors which can either be fights or elites, which are like little mini bosses basically before the big boss. And then once you get to the top of each act, there's a boss, and they're all randomized. And then at the end of the acts, you get a big buff, basically. Sometimes it's more energy, sometimes your cards get cheaper, sometimes it can do a whole lot of different things. And Slay the Spire 2 made it way more unique than Slay the Spire 1, which generally just gave you more energy. Yeah, so, one of the other Act 3 bosses, because there's 3 of them, also technically has 3 phases, but it works a little differently. His name is the Test Subject, and he's basically... He's kind of like a Frankenstein's monster version of Cerberus, you know, the three-headed dog. Yeah, that fight also happens to have 3 different mechanics, so it's kind of interesting that they got rid of Doormaker but left Test Subject in. And I also think the way Test Subject works, just for context, is that in Phase 1, every time you play a skill, which is one of the 3 card types, generally they give you block or card draw. You give Test Subject like a strength, so his attacks get stronger, and so you want to play just enough skills to block and then a bunch of attacks to try and take him out. But his first phase doesn't have that much health. Oh, yeah, it's like 100 or so. Something like that. And so then in his second phase, he puts all these status cards in your deck called wounds, which are just basically unplayable garbage to make your card draw worse, basically. And he deals a bunch of damage in Phase 1 and 2. And then in Phase 3, he goes back between 2 different forms. So basically, one turn he gains this buff called Intangible, which means all of your attacks can only deal a max of 1 damage. And so, yeah. That's obviously kind of annoying, and then every other turn you can actually attack him for regular damage. And he deals big attacks every time. So basically you take him out, he goes into the next phase, you take him out again, he goes into the 3rd phase. But yeah, the Slay the Spire devs' reason for why they took Doormaker out of the game was that they said the fight, how did they word it? It was like the fight was over their complexity threshold or something like that, where basically they thought the fight was too intensive, you know, too much of a thinker, I guess, for the average player, and I just don't agree. I thought it was a pretty well balanced fight, as long as you took, as long as like you thought about the fight beforehand. It was actually like pretty simple to figure out what to do. I don't know. I thought it was a pretty well designed fight. I think overall Test Subject is my favorite of the encounters. I really like the revival mechanic where you kill him and then he comes back, and then you kill him again and he comes back. There was a one of the bosses in Slay the Spire 1 came back once, but not twice like this one did. So when he came back a second time, I was like, oh, that's crazy. I didn't expect that. And so, yeah. What was that guy called? The Awakened One. That was the guy from Slay the Spire 1. He was like a wolf-looking guy. But yeah. That, I don't know. I guess all that to say, I'm not sure that I necessarily like the fact that Doormaker is gone from the game. I had a lot of fun against that boss, and so, yeah, it's kind of strange to me. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the third boss fight. Although I think that it's pretty well designed, and maybe that's why I don't like it. So the third boss, I always call her the witch, but her name is actually the queen. But she's got a very witchy sort of look to her, and she's got a minion that looks. He's got like a lantern. Kind of looks like a more demonic version of Thresh from League, but he's black instead of green. But yeah, a ghostly figure basically, and a witch, and so the way that fight works is kind of annoying. So the first 3 cards that appear in your hand are bound together, which means you can only play one of those 3. And so it just makes, like if the best 3 cards in your hand happen to be bound, you just can't really do anything about it. You just kind of have to cope and play one of the 3. And there are ways around it, kind of with like card draw and just like having other good things you want to play. But the other thing that's really annoying about the fight is that throughout the entirety of the fight, like turn 2 or 3, the witch gives you all 3 debuffs, and they last for like 99 turns, which I saw that you can actually, if you actually manage to stall it out for 99 turns, you're no longer debuffed. Somebody tested it, but obviously that would be a huge pain, and so most people, you know, the fight should end well before you can get rid of these debuffs. So the debuffs make you take more damage, make your block cards worse, and make your attacks deal less damage. And so, yeah, not only do you have to deal with basically 3 of your cards, 3 of your cards being stuck together, but you also have to deal with, yeah, being debuffed the whole fight, assuming, of course, that you lack the ability to stall it out for 99 turns. I don't even remember how the player did it, but, yeah, it's just kind of an annoying fight, but I think it's pretty well designed. Basically, the whole fight is just about making the player slightly worse in various ways. But yeah, I'm really excited. Like, obviously I'm sad Doormaker's gone, because I enjoyed that fight, but the new guy at least looks pretty... like a pretty reasonably well done fight, and so yeah, I'd be happy to try it out. But I'm curious as to what they're gonna do with Doormaker now. Like, are they actually just gonna remove him completely from the game? I don't know if this ever happened in Slay the Spire 1, for example, because I wasn't around for the beta patch days. But yeah, I'm really curious as to what's going to happen in the future. Maybe they'll modify him to be like a regular elite, one of the mini bosses I was talking about earlier. I don't know, but I'm kind of curious. I also, the art was pretty cool for Doormaker. Basically, there's like a portal that a face is coming through, and then as you get to one of his other phases, you can kind of see his hands like ripping the portal open. And on the first turn, he's like a rock, so the portal is closed off entirely. But yeah, I just thought it was really, really well designed. I enjoyed the fight. Obviously, China did not, so but yeah, I just think it's sort of an interesting design philosophy. I don't know that I've never created a game, so or done any sort of balancing on anything, so other than I guess like a checkbook, but that's a different kind. Yeah, it's just kind of interesting to me that they scrapped a whole idea. But yeah, theoretically it could come back. So basically, they've already revealed in Slay the Spire 1. Sorry, I had like 5 different thoughts there. It'll be coherent in a second. In Slay the Spire 1, the final boss of the game occurred in Act 4, and before you got to the final boss, you had to fight basically a boss before the boss, and they were a giant shield and spear held by like arms and stuff. It was pretty interesting, but the boss of Slay the Spire 1 was this giant pulsating heart, and the music was really awesome, and the central mechanic of the fight was, well, one of them anyway, was Beat of Death, which was that every time you played a card, you basically took a little bit of chip damage. 1 damage at the beginning and 2 as the fight went on, and so but like the music and the giant pulsating heart, it was such a cool fight. And so I'm kind of disappointed because they've revealed the new Act 4 boss, and it's just a guy. His name's the Architect, or whatever. And all of the characters, besides the Regent, seem to have a reason to hate the guy. Yeah, it's just kind of lame. He's just like a human-looking guy, and so that's the only part of the game I've kind of been disappointed about. Is seeing that the new final boss is just a bro. But I really can't say much about the Architect because we don't have the access to the fight yet. Maybe the fight will be so awesome that I'll change my opinion on the kind of whatever character design. But I'll be honest, I just kind of think it's lame compared to the heart. My dog's barking again. Give me a second. I just get concerned because normally she doesn't bark at things. Hey! Yeah, it's very strange. She started staring out the same window and barking at what looks like nothing. Maybe there's like a squirrel she can see out of the blinds or something? I don't know. She's really small, so I doubt she can even see very well out that window. It's very strange to me. I don't know. It seems to be the same time of day too, when she starts barking. Ah, maybe there's a dog outside that I just can't hear or something. Because I got the headphones on. I don't know. I probably shouldn't think too much about it. What was I saying about Slay the Spire? Oh yeah. Basically, yeah, that's my only gripe is that I think it's kind of lame that the Act 4 boss is just going to be a human-looking dude instead of like. I feel like the heart was such a cool design philosophy, where it was like this thing that just, you know, the heart of the spire that was just, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there is lore, but I never knew it. But the fight was just so imposing looking that I never needed any. It felt like such an awesome fight. And I don't know if they're going to be able to quite recreate that feeling with the architect, because he's just a guy. I don't know. The thing is, I really, I think they'll do a good job, but I just don't know if it'll be quite as cool as the heart was. But yeah, all that to say, I'm really excited for when they actually design Act 4. They've been doing a lot of really cool things with the music in game, so I'm excited. They changed some of the boss themes, and they added background art to one of them. There's this guy in Act 1 who's like a... How would I describe him? He's like a giant blob, but with a... he's like this giant oozing black blob, but he's got a really spiky tail and like a scorpion. And his name's Phantom, and they gave him this cool cave background, and so I thought that was really cool, that they're starting to do unique backgrounds for the bosses as well. That's fun. A lot of the updates have just been art updates where like cards get new art and stuff, so that's been really fun to see. In Slay the Spire 1, once you beat the final ascension, A20, with all of your characters, you could unlock the ability to switch the art back to the beta, the art from the beta, and so it's really funny because a lot of them are jokes or memes or whatever, and so it's just fun to see. For example, there's this card for the character of the Watcher that is called Flurry of Blows. And the beta art is Jotaro doing the Ora 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 Ora. And so it's like stuff like that that's really fun. And so I remember it being a really nice reward to finally beat the final ascension for the first time and see basically a whole new yeah, a whole different art palette that you had access to. But yeah, I thought some of the beta art that was in the game already was going to be the permanent art, and then now they've gone back and changed some of them, and so... but there's a couple of them where I've actually liked the beta art more, and so yeah, it'll be cool once we get the ability to switch back and forth between the two. But yeah, I've really been enjoying Slay the Spire 2. it's been really fun just to see yeah, what the devs have come up with over all this time. Yeah. If you've watched any of my previous streams, you know that I'm actually just garbage at the game. Sometimes. How many runs did I lose? Like 4 in a row on last stream because I was tilted. I had some really like a couple of close ones where I probably took too ambitious of a path, and so yeah, I got a little tilted. But honestly, it's my own fault. I should just play better. Yeah, it's been fun exploring the game more and more and trying to figure out, yeah, how to value things differently in Spire 2 than Spire 1. Because some skills transfer over from one game to the other, but there's quite a few things where what you value from game to game is pretty different, and so yeah, I've just been excited seeing the start of something really cool. And it's also been quite different for me personally. I don't know that I've ever actually played an early access game. Because I'm just generally opposed to the concept of playing something that isn't completely finished. Oh, hey! Ryoshun's here. We just started like half an hour ago, so yeah. I'm doing alright overall today. But yeah, nothing exciting's happened yet. I had to do a bunch of boring adult stuff today, so we started stream late. Gotta stay awake for another 3 or 4 hours. Brother, I'm going to bed at like 8. Oh, you. Yeah. That makes more sense. Yeah. Gotta readjust your sleep schedule. So now that you're back, do you have to go back to work like tomorrow, or did you take that day off too? Because that would kind of suck. I was off today and all weekend. Got until Monday. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty smart. Give yourself a little bit of time. I'm glad you ended up making it to the airport. I was reading about your close call. Yeah. Literal nightmare scenario, yeah. Yeah. I couldn't imagine anything worse. I'm so paranoid about that happening. You know I like being places like 3 hours before I need to be because, yeah, I just don't want to deal with being late. But, yeah. At least everything worked out in the end. But yeah, everything but the tournament. What place did you end up getting? Because You made it to top cut, right? I was asleep when all the talk was happening, but when I woke up, I just saw that, you know, neither of you guys won. Dropped after... Oh, okay. I think 40 seconds, okay. I must have, yeah. Well, from first to 42nd. Can't win them all. It's alright. You'll qualify next year and then win the whole thing. I'm sure. But, yeah. Round 1 was so sad. Was it like draw 5 climaxes scoop kind of scenario? My hand going into level 1 was bar, door, go, oh god. Cursed. That's pretty... yeah. The maximum copium. You had a whole level, then you had another falling, 3-1 opponent. Oh yeah. It's literal worst case scenario. Yeah. The changes literally mean that Overlord is unplayable. They fucking put the rest counter on the restrict list. It's doomed. It's so funny to me that they were just like, for specifically Worlds, we're gonna have a different restrict list. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. There are probably lists that want to play both the rest counter and Vampire Bride, and you just can't. Other than they won't just ban the 1-1. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, you could just do that, and then every other list could be better. Yeah. Or, yeah. I don't know. There are definitely better ways to approach it. I would even understand, like, if you restricted... I don't know, Bushy Road seems to think that the combination of, the 2-1 and Vampire Bride are too good together, so whatever. If you wanted to choice restrict those, fine. But, like, having all 5 on the choice restrict... Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. If you want to run the rest counter, yeah, you also just can't run Fumio. I forgot they put Fumio on the list, honestly. Hopefully stock swap's good enough, I don't know. You can't have stock swap Fumio. Oh yeah, that's cringe. I didn't even think about that. Okay, technically for like 5 minutes, you can have Vampire Bride and 8-door because the new Vampire Bride has a different name. But, you know, eventually they'll actually ban that one too. But yeah, it's pretty cringe, honestly. Luckily there are other ways to get climaxes in the new set, so it's kind of okay. They're just not as free as, made, because it's, yeah. Obviously the freest you can get is free, so... Kinda sucks. Yeah, that's true. I don't think the other Check 4 guy has any power. Yeah, especially in a deck that doesn't have that many... I guess you're just gonna play the early play healer Albedo, but that's like, I think 9k defensively. I actually don't know if there's a new... I know there's like the Eins, it's like check 2, ditch 2 or whatever, but yeah, I'm not sure if they put another playable early play healer, but yeah, it's kind of cringe now that I think about it a little more for 8 door. But yeah, because I'm pretty sure out of all of those cards, I'm probably playing the rest counter. Yeah, it was a 1k 1 slot. Yeah, I mean, yeah, now it's getting hamstrung. That's the thing, I don't know if it's gonna matter. There's some pretty broken, I don't know, the zero lineup is pretty, like, yeah, I guess it will. It still feels like overall it'll be a pretty strong deck, I think. Maybe just not like Oshi 2 strong, or, yeah. Yeah. It just won't be like instant S+ tier, sure. But I'll probably play it anyway. No. The finisher, it says stock swap on it, Steve. What do you mean? Oh, yeah. Whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna click the stock swap button and hope it works. I'm choosing the rest counter every time. That card's too good. And my finisher doesn't actually cost that much, so yeah. The rest counter is even better. It is kind of cringe that you have to choose between them. Yeah. I think it's, yeah, kind of a weird way to nerf the deck, if I'm being completely honest. I just really don't understand why they did it the specific way they did, where they were like, there's gonna be one ban list for Worlds, and then another ban list for right after Worlds. Like, I guess they just didn't want to completely kill the deck before Worlds? I don't know, it's weird. Because clearly they were already thinking of the second nerf in the back of their heads. I don't know. It's very strange. But, you know, I don't get to make the decisions. Papa Bushiroad does. Oh, whoops, I'm gonna get static. Cringe. Yep. That's why if I ever become a billionaire, that's what I'm gonna do. Buy Bushiroad and nerf all the decks properly. Because clearly I can balance the game better than Bushiroad can. But yeah. I'm excited for Overlord. I don't know if you heard this. Really? That's crazy work. The world's judges didn't know what one of the best cards in the meta did. Yeah, that's insane work. The judge literally couldn't understand. That's crazy. What the fuck? The people who are supposed to, yeah. But like, the head judge knew, surely. It was just like the plebeian non-head judges? I don't know. That's honestly crazy work. Bushiroad bringing their best and brightest. Carmen was playing Overlord and 2 judges had to stop and fucking read lines. Oh wow. Lol. That's actually insane. Yeah, but Ainz has been a meta staple for so long that like I really don't know how you could be a judge and not have any idea what it does. Like crazy work. But yeah, I'm excited for Overlord, and then ReZero's coming out, and then I don't think I care about anything else. I can't remember what else they announced. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to see if the good doctor has another playset of those cards for me. Because everybody was asking about them, so... I actually don't own any of the set 1 or 2 stuff. There was a time, Steve, a long time ago, when I was a poorer man, and somebody was selling like literally every card from set 1 and 2 with all the box toppers, a full playset of everything. And he wanted like $1,200 for it. And like for about 5 seconds I was like, can I really afford to spend that much? And like I just, yeah, I didn't have the money. But like, yeah, I just remember being like, it's probably not even worth it. Anyway, because it was like at the end of the deck's lifespan, like it was starting to get power crept. But I just remember like thinking about it for probably longer than I should have. But yeah. I never did end up getting into the set besides Memory Snow. And honestly, I tried to make Memory Snow work for so long, Steve. And it just doesn't. Pretty good green early play, 10k heal, no backups. Are we talking about Overlord or ReZero? Oh, okay. I read the cards a long time ago, and I couldn't remember every single one of them. I like 10k no backups. Is it 4 more? Ah, okay. Yeah, perfect. I'm playing that. Yeah, I'm sure. Brainstorm 5 on doors seems powerful, yeah. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't remember reading, I read the Ainz 1 combo and it seemed fine, but like, I don't know if there's anything better than Shaltir in the new set, so... Unless you have to specifically run the doors from the new set, I'll probably play, yeah, Shaltir into the end game. Yeah, I remember thinking the same thing, that it was fine. Well, I'm a big fan of Shell tier. Even though you're risking taking more damage by putting it into memory, it coming back is pretty cool. 8k on attack, salvage 1, and fake twin drive. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. I'm just a big Shell tier enjoyer. Um, 8k is pretty strong though. Yeah, you think it puts you at too much risk by potentially taking more damage? Because in Overlord that's beneficial, but in every other deck it's not. But I'm a big fan of double plus gaming. I don't know. I'll have to test it out. I haven't looked at any of the JP sets, so I actually am not sure. I'm assuming they use the new combo. Oh yeah, I did see that. The free climax swap. Pretty strong. No, I know, but I mean, before they had 8-buy, I know they were playing 8-door, and so I'm kind of curious as to what they were building, how they were building 8-door. Yeah. I remember reading a lot of the cards and seeing that there was a lot of synergy. I just, it's been a while since I read them. But yeah. I'm excited to play new decks. And honestly, yeah. No, it's even better. Steve, it's way better than that. It's stock swap burn 1 or burn 3. You get a guaranteed package in there with the stock swap. It's broken. You could even troll your opponent by just stock swap burning 1 3 times. Would that be good? Probably not. Am I gonna do it the first game I play that deck? Absolutely. And I think it heals on play. Overall, I'm a big fan. Because it's pretty good decompression and a burn one. And like the upside of that is that if you whiff on the stock swap, like you're stock swapping a new deck and you just have no idea, you can, make it a little bit better by at least burning 1. Bro, I was thinking about that. But it seems so like if you want the goats to be free, you have to play the 1/1, and then you can't play any of the other bullshit. But assuming we're just gonna pay for the goats like a degenerate, then yeah, we could probably make it work. But I was actually thinking about, yeah. I was actually thinking about it pre-nerf, like adding like a door into the standard Ainz build, but now we can't do that because it's too 3-4-1. Yeah. It could. It might be some spice. 3 Shouter door, 4 bar, 1 Ainz door. Yeah. I see the vision. I was thinking something similar. I just don't know that in practice it would actually work. But yeah, it would be funny to try out. But the other deck I'm super excited about, even though it's just Slime at Home, is Alice. I've been playing some of that, and it's been pretty fun. Even if it is just worse slime, it's been pretty fun. The finishers are so garbo, yeah. I don't know. Silica feels fine. It's not great or anything, but it works. And it kind of supports itself by checking X. So, I don't know. Feels fine. I definitely have to, like, think about the numbers in the deck a little more. I just kind of, put 50 cards together and called it a day. I didn't really consider all of the nuances of potentially how to build it. But yeah, I think overall it feels pretty decent. I was so excited. Demonic Sword Grams are only $5 instead of like 40. Because a long time ago I borrowed them from Taiki. And so I gave him his back and bought some of my own. But yeah, that card is funny. But yeah, I think that's probably the biggest issue compared to Slime. Is like, Slime has a way better back row support. Slime has a broken combo that can just give it infinite money. Slime has a 0 stock swap. Slime, yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot of things going in Slime's favor. Where like, yeah, you can kind of see where Alice kind of cracks, but I don't know, it's been fun testing it out. I'm also definitely sure that I want nothing to do with, absolutely nothing to do with Bardoor Fairy Tale. I'm putting 8 choice together. Bardoor feels like such garbage. It never does any of the things you want it to do, and so it just does nothing all fucking game. That deck feels turbo int. Maybe with 8 choice I'll at least have some money to do things. But yeah. I just, yeah, not a fan. But, now that, yeah, Worlds is over, I'm gonna, well, not that I was going, or it was relevant to me, but, we can play all sorts of garbage. I want to, somehow make Kenshin work. That deck feels so close to being something real, and then I play it and I'm like, nope, this is trash. I just wish that finisher was a little less restrictive. If it didn't have to specifically have 2 of the Ricky in your hand in order to make it work, it would feel so much better. But yeah, unfortunately. Nani? Why is China getting a Fate set that we're not getting? Explain this one to me. But why? No, I like, is there some anime that... Is there some version of Fate that only exists in China? No. I mean... Okay. Yeah, I understand that they're making a deck exclusive to China, but I'm wondering, like, is there some part of the Fate franchise that's specific to China for some reason? Oh yeah, I couldn't care less about Persona 5X. Steins Gate is kind of cringe. I would like that. Just easier licensing? Oh! Okay, sure. Yeah, whatever. You can do whatever you want in China. They don't even have... Yeah. They don't even have copyright laws, really. Yeah, alright, sure. It's cringe. Also, we lost Fate Strange Fake to Blau, right? So we're never getting that either? I'm surprised Blau still even exists, honestly. I doubt it's making that many money. Yeah, they put ReZero into Blau, and then we're still getting new ReZero sets, so yeah, I don't know. Similarly, like, they've made a whole Hololive TCG, but we still got Hololive set. So, I don't know. I never know what's going on in the mind of Bushiroad. What are you doing, Lucy? Oh, you're just yelling at me? What did I do to you, huh? You just want to hang out, huh? Okay. You big cutie. Lucy's been super affectionate since, Saber deck is funny, but once again, Rin outclasses them. Yeah. Cringe. We stand our girl, Saber. Saber finisher is burn 2, burn 5, pay 2, ditch 1. Do we have ways to actually put stock, like stock charging? Or are we just never gonna get more than one of these off? The gem stock charger? 2-1 Rin that charges a Saber or Shiro. Oh, more Fate bullshit where it's character dependent. Yeah, okay. So, are we buying a case of a Chinese exclusive, Steve? Is that what you're telling me? Also, where are you finding translations for Chinese cards? Does Heart of the Cards also translate the Chinese sets? Now just place it. Kahlua. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Honestly, okay, if you find a playset somewhere, get me one, and I'll just pay you back. I have no idea where to go to find Chinese Wise cards. But yeah, I don't know. I wish Fate would be good, but it's just kind of whatever. Such is the fate of many a deck. If you're serious, I'll source it. Yeah. Yeah, I want some memes. Get me, yeah. If you find me a playset, I'll pay you for it, or pay whoever you send me to. Yeah, whatever. I want to look at new Fate cards. I own JP Marvel, so like I can't take that anywhere here. But I got that set, yeah, just for the lulz. Also, they're Chinese cards, they can't cost that much. Or maybe they cost more because there's less of them. I actually don't know how popular Weiss is in China. Mine was 230? Oh, okay. Yeah. That's, yeah, within expectation. But yeah. Lucy's so funny. She gave me the side eye when I yawned, like I was making too much noise. She's curled up on the floor right next to me. Cats are such cinderies. They'll ignore you like 90% of the time, and then, yeah, suddenly you're besties. But she basically hasn't left my side since Sergio left. At least when I've been home. And I never heard her like meow at me for attention before, but she has been. She's so funny. The back-to-back echoes. Oh my gosh, I gotta turn on the auto mod that does this for me. One of my other friends was telling me that there's a bot that will just ban them for you, and I forgot to turn it on. Because I'm incompetent, but my least favorite are the people who come into your chat and are like, I found out it's actually a super common scam after experiencing it like 50 times. There are people who come into your chat and will talk very nice with you for about, 5-10 minutes. And then they'll be like, oh, I noticed you don't have a logo. You want to buy it for me? And it's like they're reading from a script or something because they all talk exactly the same way. So it must, yeah. It's so funny. Because they'll pretend to be your friend for about 5 minutes, and then that's all they feel like they need to put the pitch in. Are you yelling at me again, Lucy? But it's, yeah. It's just, yeah. I didn't expect it to be so prevalent, but like, I probably banned like 10 people, at least. Because if you don't shut them down, like, immediately, they'll just keep going on and on about it until you ban them. But I honestly, yeah, I find that kind of person way more annoying. Because at least with the pop-up for the scam website, I know it's a scam immediately. But they'll goad you into talking with them for like 5 minutes. Hey, don't eat that. I paid good money for that cable. I know I fed you this morning. Don't be eating my cables, silly cat. You gone back to okay, sleeping on the floor. You're so silly. Oh, you literally already sourced it? Lomao? Okay. Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that the Stephen LaFollette. Yeah, this is probably you. 230. Fate. Poison. Where others try, I succeed. True. Okay. It should have just sent. If it didn't send, I just sent $230 to some random person. When a climax with a door trigger is placed in the climax area, choose one of the red characters this turn and it gets 1500 power in the following ability. At the start of your encore step, choose up to one card from your hand and send it to stock. Okay. Yeah, so, okay. Brainstorm, rest, flip over 5, send them, for each. Yeah, okay. Seems pretty strong. You just get hand to stock every time you play Climax? Yeah, cool. Oh, cool. Okay. I'm glad. But yeah. Seems pretty broken. Oh, and it's top 5. Yeah. Okay, cool. Continuous. If you have 2. Yeah, but okay. If you have 2 or less, or 6 or more climaxes in your waiting room, that's really fucking specific. Okay. This card gets -1 level in your hand. Auto resonate. Okay, pay 2, discard 1, reveal a Rin. When it attacks, if you have the thing, 2 or more characters, pay the cost if you do. This cannot be targeted by your opponent at the start of your opponent's attack phase. Choose one of your opponent's characters and they get it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm kinda down. 5 times minus soul. Pretty spicy. Yeah, and it can't be targeted? When this card is placed from stage and heal 1 auto climax. Resonate 1, reveal 1. When this card attacks, if you have lost my place, I looked over at the screen. In your climax, you may pay the cost if you do burn 3 auto discard or stab of all your masters. Oh, okay. Yeah. You have to, yeah. So you reveal it for the first effect and then you ditch it for the second effect. Oh, okay. But it's basically burn 3, burn 1. Seems pretty strong. It's Pikachu! But not the right one. They reprinted row eyes as a... Oh, okay. What was it before? Ooh, the back-to-back Pikachus. Oh, it was Stock Soul? It's crazy that this set gets to be Chinese exclusive. But yeah, it'll be fun to mess around with. Ooh, another Pikachu. They're finally showing up. But yeah, that sounds fun. It's pretty cool. Are you going to any of the summer fests or whatever? If this is in the front row, all of your master or servant characters get power. Auto change, return this to your hand. Or farewell. And place it in your climax area. Okay, so it changes into Farewell Rin is the above door finisher and last words. Oh, okay. You can, yeah. Basically, you can make it even easier with this thing. Oh, and it goes back to your hand. That's pretty cool. But you have to ditch 2 for the climax, so... eh. Still seems pretty busted, though. Have you stopped barking at random things, Peaches? I don't know what the heck she sees out of that, though. She just keeps randomly barking at the window. Oh, it's Pikachu! One day, one of these ones will be the good one. I'm genuinely starting to wonder how much longer this is gonna take. Yeah. One of the other guys, who comes into the chat every once in a while, he's another shiny hunter. His name is, Shiny Brad. He's been, trying to get Bulbasaur for, like a month now. He's on, like, 26,000 encounters or some shit. An insane amount. I can't remember exactly, but yeah. Yeah. I have no idea if I... yeah. Yeah. For some reason they printed some serious turds from the original. Oh, okay. Well. Couldn't tell you. First... Level 1 Shiro combo. Those card tags, if you have anger towards evil in your climax area, you may pay the cost. If you do this turn, you get 2k power. And when this battle opponent becomes reversed, search your deck for up to 1 master. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, it's pretty bad for an on-reverse effect. Plus, it's probably only like 6k. Oh my gosh. Lol. 5k and it needs to... yeah. Cringe. Seems pretty bad. Holy shit, I swear the dog has brain damage or something. dogs get dementia? I actually don't know. What the heck is she yelling at? Hey, stop. What are you yelling about? I have no idea if the audio of hers barking is picked up on the mic, but it's just weird. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe they reprinted it because the art looks nice, Steve. You ever consider that? But yeah, it seems like it'll be something to look forward to. But yeah. One day I will be done with this part of the grind. But the problem is, I've set this run up in such a way that I don't actually get to play the game after this. Because right after this, we gotta go into another shiny grind, just on the next route over. But yeah. So theoretically, we could be, yeah, doing this one for months and then that one. Although that encounter is much more likely to happen than this. It's 15% versus 5, so. Yeah. I made burgers this week for my meal prep and they came out really good. I was kind of surprised at how tasty they came out. It was pretty easy. But I hadn't cooked anything for myself in a while, so that was nice. Man, I am sleepy. It wasn't even that hard of a day at work. I'm just feeling it a little bit more than usual. But I'm sure with your sleep schedule all messed up, you feel even worse. Caterpie and Whittle finally evened out. And now Caterpie's taking the lead again. Right. Another one. Wait, what? Did I disconnect there? It was weird. Is Restream just messing up? Now I gotta... Let me confirm. That I didn't just desync. Doesn't look like it. No, it doesn't say anything about dropping any frames. Okay, weird. It just showed that I wasn't streaming anywhere on my screen for a second, but I guess nothing happened. How many hours into the madness are we again? Oh yeah, 240. Oop. 240 hours. So 240 minus 60 is 180, so yeah. We're officially at 180 hours Viridian Forest. And we've only been streaming the last 50 of those. Holy. We have 50 hours of content on this channel? Hype. Caterpie. Oy. Alright, whenever we get to the next Pikachu, we're ending stream. Because I gotta go to bed. Caterpie. Caterpie again? Oh wait, did I update my... I'm like 90% sure. I forgot to change the day on my stream. So it's been saying 17 again this whole time. 5 hit. It's Groundhog's Day. Alright, we found our last Pikachu, so... I'm gonna head off to bed. This was fun. I'm gonna try and stream a little longer tomorrow if nonsense doesn't come up. Yep, have a good night.